Well, for the squat holds, it's definitely mainly your quads and quite a bit of glutes depending on how low you get. The lower you get, you definitely feel it more on your quads, but if you lean back more and really focus on activating your glutes, you'll feel the burn a lot more there as well.
Four, three, two, one. Oh, yes, sir. One, two, three, four. Oh my God. 6, 7.
Yeah, the majority of the pain that I was feeling, or just the burn from the workout, was my quads, my glutes, and even on my leg that was kicked all the way back, I was feeling quite a bit of burn in my hip flexors as well. And just having to balance with your leg that far out, it really like activates all those little weak muscles that you really wouldn't pay attention to in a
Lunge hold. So your front leg should be 90 degrees, your quads should be parallel with the floor, and your back foot should be as straight as possible. So some people have tight hip flexors.
So, could you please explain what is Burpee's deadlift?
Okay, well, you'd have to know what a burpee itself is. And all a burpee is going from a push-up position to a rocket jump, back down to a push-up position, all in one motion quickly. So when you incorporate a deadlift to that, you're just basically doing that on a bar. And instead of just doing a rocket jump, you do a deadlift as well, and then you bring it back down and back into a push-up position, but with the bar in your hands.
First of all, after the isometric hold, your core is totally engaged. So your core is kind of like burnt out, depending how long the time is. But when you start doing the burpees with the deadlifts, when you go all the way down and you go into the deadlift position to go up, you really thrust with your hip. So it really mimics before you do a clean, it really mimics when you bring it up to your hips. So you really want to like lock your hips as you go up to create that force. Because eventually, like when you lock your hips and you create that force, you're able to go under the bar and lay it across your collarbone. So that's a really good.
think the optimal position to have for a deadlift hold is, once again, having your feet shoulder width apart, your knees in line as well. And then when you go pick up the bar, you make sure that your arms are outside of your feet. And then when you bring up the bar, it should be about halfway up your shins. So that it's not on the ground, but it's just about, let's say, like 3 to 4 inches off of the ground. And I'm speaking about the plates here. And as for your back, you want to make sure you have a flat back, not rounded shoulders or hunchback.
Basically, throughout all the workouts, most of the workouts, your calves are indirectly like worked out, right? So when you do your calf workout, now it's fully targeted on the calf. So with the stretch, I just feel like it's a good way to ease all of the stress that you have built up throughout the whole workout. It's just a good way to end it. Through my mind, and I wanted it to be over because holding that position was so exhausting on the muscles, and it was just not a fun workout to do, but you have to go and burn. So. I like to have like a straight body, try and have your ass not sticking up. I like to keep my arms close to my sides, and your chest should be 1 inch above the ground, and you hold it for a minute and a half. Oh, I get too tired.
Using the bands help?
Definitely. It's a little bit of a resistance pulling you back upwards, so it helps with just keeping you up there, and even when you're repping it out, it helps you just get up a little bit. Don't make, I'm not trying to make it sound like it gives you this crazy boost, like it's almost unnoticeable, but in a matter of inches it helps. So the overhead would be a solid base and a tight core.
Start with low weights. There's no embarrassment. We're starting with 15 pounds.
Biceps holds, just regular bicep, bring it up, hold it at the top. Make sure your back's not flared all the way back. Engage your core almost feel like the weight's pulling you forward and stop it. Main key is to not just rest it up here, almost bring it up, your arms a little forward so that you gotta fight the resistance, and then just rip it out 10 times afterwards as well. For the side plank, you really want to emphasize stiffness in all your joints, so your ankle, your hips, all the way to your knees as well. And you really want to emphasize triple flexion, where you're 90 degrees at your hips, 90 degrees at your knees, and dorsiflex at your ankles. And you really want to focus on squeezing your obliques so that you don't have a hip dip. And for your arms, you really want to lock it in and dig your elbow deep down into the ground so you're stable and you don't lose your balance in the position when you're holding it.